So just started my hike of the Northville-Placid Trail in the Adirondacks. 138 miles to go. A little nervous. First time doing a hike longer than a weekend. I'm going solo. You can already tell that I have overpacked. So I'm gonna have to eat a lot of food, just fine. But I'm also very excited. I like giving myself a challenge. I like seeing what I can do. I love being out in nature, and when things look like this, it's hard not to feel great. So let's see where this goes. Yeah. So after about 4 or so miles of road walk, finally made it into the woods. This is the Shaker Wild Forest part of the Adirondacks. It's nice to be in the shade because it's really hot, and that road walk was really getting to me. Not necessarily how you want to start the trail, but the issue now, instead of the heat on the asphalt, is the bugs. There is just like a hurricane of little tiny bugs all around me. And I'm gonna get bit to shit. But I'm gonna take a little rest for a little bit and then keep on climbing. So, see in the distance, a couple beaver dams. Don't see any beavers, but they're definitely around here. Anyway, it's very pretty out here. It's quite nice. Lovely day. This is West Stony Creek. I have to make a crossing, but at first I gotta figure out where exactly the trail picks up. So if you see it anywhere, please let me know. You can see this really beautiful lunar moth. Unfortunately, it looks like he or she's passed away, but wow, just like really beautiful markings. Rest easy, friend. I hope you had a good life here in the woods. You're beautiful even in death, you know that. Ribbit, ribbit, ribbit. Bye-bye. Rain shower just came and went. And now it's this beautiful approaching dusk over the lake. This is what it's all about. Them views. That's my trekking pole. Not your trekking pole, that is my trekking pole. I kindly ask for you to get off, please. So, it is day 2 on the NPT. I'm hiking through the Silver Lakes wilderness. Feeling good. Yesterday the humidity was pretty unbearable, so it's been nice to get an early start and enjoy some of the coolness. Because as the sun starts to rise behind me, I get a feeling it's going to be another hot, muggy day. And so far, no bugs are on me, but I'm sure that's going to change also. Didn't see anyone yesterday other than a couple day hikers. Though when I went to the trail registration to start, I saw there was a couple that left a day before me. So maybe I'll run into them, maybe not. Kind of planned on being alone the whole time, which is totally fine, but if we meet people, we meet people. If we don't, we don't. There'll be lots of little critters to hang out with. Yeah, so gonna take it a little slower pace today since I have a full day. Yeah, keep you posted. This is Silver Lake of Silver Lake Wilderness. And I'm letting my feet soak because I'm tired and hot. So just taking off, morning on this third day, it's about 7:30. Yesterday kind of was a slog, kind of kicked my ass, which I don't love being worn down so early. It just feels like some bad things to come. I mean, not bad things, but basically the heat and the humidity just like absolutely unbearable. And you know, Eastern North America in July, what do you expect? But just no relief. And then the flies, just 24/7 flies buzzing around my head, driving me crazy. So if it gets bad again, I might actually pop in my earbuds and listen to my audiobook just to try and drown them out. I normally like to listen to nature and think, but they were really, really bad. Initially, I was going to do some shorter mileage today, do a little side trail, but I'm thinking I'm just gonna push on, which will actually shave a day off the whole thing if everything goes well. So I'm not trying to blast through this thing, but like I said, I was just kind of not having it yesterday, but if it stays cool today and make up some mileage, then maybe I'll be a happier camper. But one foot in front of the other, we're gonna keep on and on at it. So you see that? That's around me every single second. So they're around my pack, they're around my face. It's nonstop. So it's morning 4. I'm in the West Canada Lakes Wilderness, which apparently is like some of the least trafficked parts of the Adirondacks, the most wildernessy of the place. So I am in it right now. When I went to bed last night and set up camp, I was thinking, oh my God, I have a week more of this. And it's discouraging, but you know, it really is the flies. I never would have expected to be so defeated by insects, but it's just relentless 24/7, and I can't stop for a second. You know, if I want to take a picture, they're on my hands, they're biting me. If I want to look at my map, they're on me and biting me. If I want to adjust my backpack, they're on my hand and biting me. If I want to take a drink of water, they're on my hand and biting me. I'm just getting pursued relentlessly. And because it's so hot and humid, I can't cool off. I have to keep my sleeves down. I have to keep my hat on, which is just compounding the thing. Because if I take them off, roll my sleeves up, take my hat off, it's bite, 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 bite. It's just non-stop. And it's so hot and it just can't cool off. And these bugs are just on me. And it is unfortunately not making the thing very fun right now. But because I am in this deep wilderness part, there's really not a chance for me to turn back. So I'm going to keep pushing on. I don't want to bail. You know, even if I do, I know no one's going to judge me. No one's going to say anything. Everyone has their reasons. You hike your own hike. But yeah, I'm praying that today is cooler. I saw in the forecast when I walked through my first town yesterday that should be some on and off rain for the next 2-3 days, and if that just keeps it cool and keeps the bugs off me, like, let's walk in the rain, let's walk in the thunder, because that will just be such a difference. And my plan is not tonight and 2 nights to camp out at what looks like a pretty popular spot. So I'm hoping to meet people, because the other thing I'm dealing with is like loneliness. I miss my wife like crazy, and I really haven't had anyone to talk to, which is also another odd thing that I never really thought I would deal with on this. But you know, I'm now 3 nights in on day 4, and this is the longest I've spent alone out in the woods. So I guess these things are going to start happening. I'm going to start feeling certain ways about things. All I can do is shrug about it, eat my oatmeal. I will never get sick of all these beautiful ferns. Wow. Here's hoping for a little sprinkle. Cool this trail down. So it's 5:30, a little early. I could keep going, you know, but I think I'm gonna call my camp here tonight because, I mean, look at this, right? Why would you not stop here for the night when this is your view, peering out of that lean-to? I mean, maybe we get some nice rain. I don't mind calling it early today. This is fantastic. Okay, here's another fun thing about this site. Oh! Caw-caw! So day 5 on the trail, still in the West Canada lakes. Just some of the lakes. Yesterday was a significant improvement in morale. Were there still flies? Yes, but slightly less. Was it still hot? Yes, but just a little bit cooler. More importantly, I just felt like I got my energy going, especially the second half of the day. I wasn't feeling as defeated physically. I just really felt like I could keep going and keep going and keep going, and that felt great. Had a pretty good night. Felt like there was definitely some animals shuffling around the lean-to last night, which kind of kept me a little paranoid, but ultimately we were okay. Today is nice and cool, as you can see. At least it's going to be for a little bit. Sun might come out. It's going to be the shortest day mileage-wise for me. I'm stopping at a place called Wakely Dam, which is part of a recreation area, which I'm hoping means that there is a bathroom with running water, so I can give myself a little hobo shower, clean my cookware. God dang, bug. There's that fly. But I'm also thinking it might be a chance to meet some people, which would be cool. And if not, we're doing all right. We're doing okay. But I'm mostly hoping for that facility, which should be nice. An easy 11-mile day today, and then after tonight, we're after the halfway point, and we're cooking, and we're gonna get the hell out of these woods. Oh, and also just to give you an idea what I talk about when I mean I'm getting bit to shit, but that's my hand, and it's as itchy as it looks. Yeah. Just took a swim in there, but thankfully it didn't come out on the other side. Water felt great. I feel a lot more refreshed. I'm gonna go lay down. Day 6 on the Northville-Placid trail. I might have celebrated the receding of the biting flies a little too early because now it's mosquitoes. Oh, it's mosquitoes, mosquitoes, mosquitoes. My legs and arms are just like a pulp right now. I don't know, at this point you just kind of gotta laugh at it. So I did not get a running water bathroom last night, but still a beautiful campground. That is a fly on the camera that you're seeing right there. Yep, there he goes. Went for a swim in the river. It's really nice, really peaceful. Today I am passing through an actual state campground, and on the map there is an icon for bathroom and shower. So better be there. I set off pretty early today so I could spend some time there, hopefully showering, maybe recharging some devices, and just taking a little rest. But tomorrow is going to be the busy, hectic day, but we'll talk more about that later. I think today's just going to be all right, especially if we get some time to hang out at the campground early enough and to still hike a little more miles to get to camp for the night. All right, later. What's up, fella? You're a big boy. Big boy Toad. This is my forest. Oh, yeah. Another beautiful lake. Another beautiful day. It's a breeze going today at least. Feels nice. Oh yeah. Bug in my mouth. It's a little after 6. I'm in my tent and I don't really want to get out because it feels really comfortable. But today is a big day. I need to get my resupply box in Long Lake, so I have to first hike up a mountain from the one and only summit on the trail, climb down the mountain, get to the road, hitch into town, pick up my box at the hotel, try and get to the post office and send back all the stuff that I don't need because I'm gonna have just too much because I'm going much faster than I thought. I then need to try and make bus arrangements to get to Albany from Lake Placid and then from Albany to New York City. But I might also look into seeing about getting a hotel for the night in Lake Placid just so I can have like a hot shower and not just get straight on the bus being all stinky. Problem is Lake Placid is a big touristy area, and a hotel on Saturday night might cost a lot. So just a lot of stuff to consider. And also while I'm in town, I need to get some more hand sanitizer, possibly some more fuel, charge my devices a little bit, and then hitch back to the trailhead and then hike a few more miles to camp. So it's a big day today. I wanted to be up a little bit earlier, but oh man, it's just hard to get up today, and I'm a little on the struggle bus. Bugs. Yeah, that's what it is. You know, ultimately, I should say that I did not bring bug spray on this trip. This is entirely of my own making at the end of the day. But boy, man, my legs are just pulpy, pulpy, pulpy. But we're gonna keep trucking on. We're gonna keep doing it because we are doing it, and it's gonna be great. It's gonna be wonderful. Well, it looks like someone made a meal of my sock. Just that one. Who knows why? Hope they enjoyed it. Good thing I brought extra pairs though, I guess. Gorgeous. So just finishing up my little time in the town of Long Lake. I was able to pick up my resupply box, mail back extra stuff I don't need. I had a really amazing lunch, a big old cheeseburger with french fries, Coca-Cola, and a non-alcoholic beer. Just hit me right at the spot. Talked to a few people, real friendly, about trails and hiking, and they wanted to know how I was doing, which was really nice. I was unable to get a hitch into town. I'm hoping I'll be able to get one back to the trailhead though, but really lovely little break, feeling energized. I'm hoping to blast through these next couple days to get my stinky butt home. Okay, I'll leave you alone. So I don't know if you can see behind me, but 28.8 miles to Lake Placid. Now, I probably could bust this last distance out in 2 days, be out tomorrow night, but just where the position of the last campground before the trailhead ends and my hemming and hawing about trying to get a hotel, motel in Lake Placid, I think I'm just gonna take it in 2.5-ish. So I'm gonna take a kind of mild day today, a mild day tomorrow, and then it's like a 7-9 mile hike to the bus on Saturday. So I took a later start today. When I got to my campground last night, the lean-to was occupied by like a dozen high school girls, which was a little awkward, but the whole area was large enough I was able to set up my tent like 150 yards away, so comfortable for both of us, I think. But yesterday was a really good day. Just rejuvenated from town. I got a hitch back to the trailhead, and the driver was a really nice guy. And I went swimming in the lake, and the water was just perfect. Did get some thunderstorms last night, but tent held up well. Nothing that was a must stay dry got wet. A couple things did. There was just like one little corner of my tent that was just had some weight pinching things down. So my long sleeve thermal that I brought got soaked, but it's just not been cold enough at all to really even wear it. So no loss. The stuff stacked to my sleeping bag did get a little wet, but I was just able to roll it up tight and just stick it in a liner, and letting the stuff sack dry hanging out the back of my pack today. So might be some on and off rain, maybe a little more thunder tonight. I hope not, but because we've had pretty good weather all said and done, even with the heat. But yeah, it's gonna be a nice little easy day today, I think. I realize that most of the trail I'm showing you is the nice stuff. What I'm not showing you is that it is mostly just muddy pit after muddy pit after muddy pit. So it's not only mud pit after mud pit, you also got blowdowns on top of the mud pits. So this is all the unappealing stuff that I haven't really shown yet, but just wanted to give you a true idea of what I'm trudging through. That is the teeniest, tiniest little froggy I have ever seen. Oh, he's gone. It's got a little bounce to it. Some wild blueberries. I'm gonna take this one. So it's day 9 on the NPT. I am in the lean-to I slept in last night. As you can see, it rained a good bit of a deal yesterday on the last half of the day. So I started off feeling really strong, and then I got soaked. I fell in a mud puddle. Then I got cold, and it wasn't the best. But my dilemma today is that right now I am like 13 miles from the end of the trailhead, and I'm like 6 miles to the last campsite. So I have a feeling what's going to happen is I'm going to get to this last campsite at like 11 noon. It's a little after 7 right now, I guess. And then I'm just going to be there for the rest of the day and have nowhere else to go. So, which is a lot of day to kill. So I think I'm going to keep my fingers crossed. I'm going to try and get to this last campsite. And if there is service, and if I can make a call, and if I can find a motel that's under $200 in Lake Placid, then I'm just gonna go head on out. I shouldn't have hemmed and hawed. I should have just booked it a long time ago. I mean, whatever, my bus still leaves tomorrow at noon. I'm not leaving tonight by any means, but I just don't really want to spend an entire day at a campground twiddling my thumbs with nothing to do, because I didn't realize that Spotify only gives you X amount of hours to listen to downloaded audiobooks. So why even offer them? So I got about 2/3, 3/4 of the way through of the Fellowship of the Ring, and now I don't know how it ends. What's going to happen to Frodo and the Fellowship? Who can say? Well, I got service, but there is no lodging in Lake Placid. So I am gonna stay here for the rest of the night. Not the worst place to end things. I still have a lot of day left, but I got my tent pitched maybe like 50 yards back. But in the meantime, I'm gonna take a dip in this pool, relax, nap, eat a late lunch, early dinner, go to bed early, enjoy the rest of the day, I guess. Okay, it's just before 6 a.m. I have just under 8 miles to get to the village, and I'm out of these woods, baby! And that, ladies and gentlemen, is what we call a finish line. Just over 9 days, baby. Let's do it! So I guess some closing thoughts as I finish this last stretch of road walk to Lake Placid. That was a difficult ass trail. It was really not maintained well in a lot of places, and it almost felt like bushwhacking. You know, I largely wanted to give this a go because I wanted to see if more long distance backpacking is something I want to do in my future, and the answer seems to be a resounding eh. I don't think any of the Triple Crown hikes are really calling to me, though I could foresee a future where the PCT snags me. But for the most part, I think I'm pretty content being a weekend warrior. I would do more trails of this distance in this sort of like 150, maybe up to 250, 300 range, but not on the eastern coast, the eastern mountains. Growing up in North Carolina and living in New York, you know, I've just seen a lot of the Appalachian Mountains and the surrounding areas. Not that there isn't more stuff to see or I wouldn't like to see, but I am close enough where I can just take it more leisurely. So I could definitely see myself doing more of this distance, but different ecosystems, environment, whatever. So like the Wonderland Trail in Mount Rainier, or the John Muir Trail in the Sierra Nevada, or even some places in the Ozarks or Lake Superior could be something in the future. But for now, I'm pretty content with what I've done. I feel proud. I can already feel my memory of this past week and a half smoothing out all of the bad stuff and making me think like, oh yeah, that was wonderful, that was great. But yeah, you know, the heat, the humidity, the bugs, the rough terrain, the isolation, it was rough, but we did it. I'm proud of myself, and I'm gonna hit a coffee shop and drink a real big hot cup of tea.